Time now for your forewarned weather with Cedric Haynes.
I just like to bop along to the song as it goes.
I can't blame you. You know, when you have such good weather, it's just one of those days you want to
just kind of bop along in music.
And there is no better music than the ABC4 Weather Open.
Yeah, that's my whole Spotify playlist.
Hey, it should be at the top. It should be at the top.
Starts with weather. There's some breaking news.
Yeah, the breaking news one. Now that's
the IUP theme song. Everything.
Yeah,
of course.
We got a long list, but we got plenty of time to be able to enjoy that. And also enjoy it with some nice weather.
That's right.
So that's the key right there, right? Hey, let's show you what's going on here. If you're probably wondering, what time is it? It's time to take a look at the Enzyme Peak camera. That's what time it is, folks. You can see we've got those clear skies out there after a beautiful Saturday. You know, all this past week, we had that unsettled weather with all the rain and snow showers and cooler temperatures and everything else. But things wrapped up on a pretty nice note here as we made our way into our Saturday. Let me show you the high temperatures from today because it was, again, a fairly nice afternoon. Mid-50s from north to south along the Wasatch Front. In fact, 54 was a popular number from Logan, Salt Lake City over towards Provo. Did hit 57 in Wendover as you head west on I-80, heading up towards the Evanston area. Only 46 degrees there, but even in Vernal, hitting 53 degrees today. 55 from Price to Delta, 57 from Hanksville, Moab. Blanding hit 52. A few more extra clouds down towards the southeastern half of the state. 60 in Lake Powell and 68 degrees in St. George this afternoon. Now, temperatures have cooled down with those clear skies. You know, it allows temperatures to really warm up during the day, but at nighttime, it allows all that warmth to escape in the atmosphere. And so what happens is the temperatures drop off fairly quickly. So we're already back down into the 40s and 30s in many spots. And that means, we're going to still be looking at a chilly night overall. So we'll call it a chilly Saturday night. If you're maybe thinking about heading out for a little night out on the town here late tonight, well, make sure you grab the sweatshirts or the light jackets because you'll need them. You'll need them early Sunday morning if you're up, let's say, before 9 a.m. But by the time we get towards mid-morning and beyond, that sunshine will bring in some milder temperatures for us as we go throughout our Sunday afternoon. I think Sunday is going to be a little warmer than what we saw for our Saturday. And then we're going to be looking at a big warming trend as we get towards especially the second half of next week. That's still in the cards for us here. So let's talk about tonight first, though, because, again, it's going to be a little chilly out there as many of us will drop down into the low to mid-30s. There will be likely some 20s in some of the outlying areas, so keep that in mind. Specifically, watching out for our friends in southeastern Utah. That's where we do have those freeze warnings in effect for the Arches, San Juan County there. That's where we could potentially see those temperatures dipping into the 20s. And then for this area here, the growing season is well underway. So this is why that could be more of an issue coming up for those areas. But really, all of us have a chance of at least flirting with the freezing mark as we go throughout tonight. Hey, let's head off to General Conference for your Sunday. We're looking at that sunshine sticking around throughout the day. Temperatures will quickly warm up thanks to that sunshine, as I mentioned earlier. So we're already in the 40s by mid-morning. We're already in the 50s by the early afternoon hours, and we're already climbing into the low 60s by late in the afternoon into the early evening hours. In fact, I think we'll hit about 61 degrees in downtown Salt Lake with upper 50s to low 60s across the rest of the northern half of the Beehive State. As you get down towards southwestern Utah, that's where we're going to be looking at those temperatures likely climbing into the low to mid 70s. So as we look at your long-range futurecast here, we're watching for any weather makers that try to move our way. Through tomorrow, again, high pressure will keep us dry. In fact, lots of sunshine, no issues. We'll see a few more clouds on the increase, though, by Monday afternoon. This weak front will try to graze the northern half of Utah as we go into Monday night into early Tuesday. It's not going to have a ton of moisture with it, but it could squeeze out an isolated shower or a sprinkle across the northern half of the area, primarily north of I-80, I think. That's going to be the best chance. But really, that's about it. And then it's out of here as quickly as it moves in, and high pressure builds back in by the middle of the week. And we're drying things back out once again. So we've got this low-pressure trough that's brought us all the cool and unsettled weather finally skedaddling out of here. Warmer temperatures building in for your Sunday. That'll continue into Monday, but then this weak front knocks on the door. That moves through. And so Tuesday into Wednesday, we've got some slightly cooler temperatures. Not cold, nothing major, but it'll knock our temperature down and slow the warming trend a little bit. But then the warming trend comes back in a big way by the time we get towards the second half of the work week there. So it's not going to stay cool for too long. St. George, no cool air for you. 70s turn to low 80s, turning to upper 80s, and those may turn to low 90s by the time we get towards the end of the week. The Wasatch Front, we've got low 60s turning to 70 on Monday, but that weak front A slight chance of a shower and breezy conditions with some slightly cooler temperatures for the middle of the week. But then we're right back up in a big way, near 80, by the time we get towards Friday with that nice weather returning.